Hello, I'm Daniel Meyer, Artistic Director of the Westmoreland Symphony Orchestra, and it is my great pleasure to talk to you about our upcoming concert with the WSO at the Palace Theater in downtown Greensburg. Of course, we're talking about Gustav Holst's The Planets, which is an incredible piece in and of itself, multi-movement work that each are inspired by the gods after whom the planets are named. So a beautiful showcase for the orchestra. But we thought we might counterbalance that with a fascinating combination of the music of Johann Sebastian Bach and the orchestra. And I'm here with Radu Ratoi, our guest artist for the weekend, and he is an accordion virtuoso. So much to talk to. First of all, welcome. We're so excited about you coming to Greensburg, Radu.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to come for this concert and to meet all the nice people there.
So, first of all, tell us a little bit about your origin story. Where did you grow up? How did you get interested in playing the accordion? Did you take up a different instrument before you started with the accordion, or was that something always that had fascinated you and you just knew that that's was the instrument for you?
I'm coming from Moldova. Moldova is not Maldives. I wish that would be, but Moldova is a small country in Europe, and we have quite a big tradition, I would say, about accordion. Actually, I didn't want to play accordion. I wanted to play piano because it's very well known. And but I was late, and they said I'm not so talented, so I could take accordion, for 1 year, and after switch to piano. In my music school I played like 12 instruments, so I kind of saw like what each instrument can do. I was really practicing each instrument. I played also violin for some years and many more, and somehow accordion combines it all. I think accordion, it's they say it's a portable organ. I would say it's a portable orchestra in my opinion, and it's not because I play accordion, and of course I have to be a fan of it, but I think it's just an instrument with almost unlimited possibilities. So that's how I ended up playing accordion.
Tell us about some of the technical challenges of playing the accordion. Of course, there's something on both sides, right? So the left hand and the right hand are almost always engaged. Is that something that you learn one a hand separately, or do you kind of learn them together?
Yeah, I mean, the right parts of a keyboard, it's quite understandable, for everyone. It seems like piano, it's not. It looks like it doesn't sound like, and the way how you produce sound is very different than on piano. We are speaking about left hand as one of the most complex mechanism in the world.
Mhm.
It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 2,400 pieces different assembled, and if one is not at the right place, it doesn't work.
Wow.
It has 120 buttons, but actually there are 240 because I have a switcher where I have either chords or I have just a keyboard of piano, full. That's how I can play, for example, Bach Concerto. I have the same keyboard of a piano, in the left hand. You don't see it, but I have it. So the left hand is very complex. You don't see anything, of course, but you have some marks which you should feel. But anymore, on accordion, I think accordion is part of the body, so it kind of connects, and you know where is everything. It's like when here is my face, here is my where are my hands. It's the same on accordion. This is the right note somehow.
Right. And then you also have to provide the lungs, right? By moving the instrument, pulling it out and pushing it in and creating that constant airstream.
Yes, absolutely. It's so the bellow. It's the most important part of accordion. Without bellow, we don't have sound. And the bellow you can compare a little bit like the bow on the violin, and it's very important, and it's the hardest actually accordion technique. Everyone thinks to play fast, it's hard. It's actually that is not as hard as manipulating bellow in the right way and to get the right sound from accordion. We cannot really highlight, for example, a voice like on piano. You press harder, or we everything is the same. So we have to manipulate with imagination somehow and to get to audience actually with different many techniques, and the bellow is helping us on that.
With the Westmoreland Symphony, when you come to play with us, you're performing the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, his famous D minor keyboard concerto. Tell us how that works. How does something that was originally written for maybe a cembalo or a harpsichord ultimately become a work for accordion and orchestras? Did you have to arrange it? Was there any special manipulation of the part that you have to do to make it work for your instrument?
Yeah, it's a keyboard concerto, as you said. So it's not a harpsichord or it's not a piano, how people are nowadays used so much with piano. Actually, accordion sounds more like harpsichord than piano does.
Hmm.
So I had to arrange, but I'm playing everything what Bach wrote. I just have sometimes to play more than what he wrote, just to make it sound, full and. But in general, I think it's accordion. It was made for Bach music. I play a lot of Bach music. I recorded 2 CDs already with Bach music. Organ works, harpsichord works, and so on. So everything I think of Bach works on accordion great. And actually, you can do many more things. You will see in the concert if you come, all audience. I'm inviting that accordion can actually, can be more expressive than harpsichord or piano. We can also manipulate the sound inside the sound. We can sing the sound. We can, like, for example, the second part is so beautiful. I can keep the long as I want, as long as I feel, as long as I can sing it. And so it's a big advantage accordion has comparing with other keyboard instruments.
I just have to say, we're really thrilled that you're going to be joining us for the very first time with the Westmoreland Symphony. And of course, you're playing the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, and we'll be accompanying you. And then, of course, the orchestra will be playing Gustav Holst's The Planets on the same program. So, two blockbuster pieces in very different styles and different kind of arrangements. But it's exciting to think that these two elements can exist on the same program. And Radu, just so much looking forward to getting a chance to work with you, and the orchestra is really excited about you coming. So thanks so much for spending some time with us to talk to us a little bit about your instrument and about your musical life.
Yeah, me too. I'm really looking forward and I want to see as many people in the hall as possible. So come. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Thanks, Radu.